I use different kind of rope when I do this. Today I'm going to use a braided rope. I use at least two, if not three, different colors of wired ribbon. These are cut in 6-inch pieces, and then I have my ribbon tails cut on them. Then today I'm going to do the black and white check. I actually have an order for this wreath, so that's why I'm doing this one. The other one I did, it had the hearts, little hearts in it for Valentine's Day, but I'm going to do this one today because of the order that I already have. Okay, to get started, I use a 14-inch frame, and you can get these frames about anywhere: Dollar Tree, Walmart, Joann's, Hobby Lobby's, Michael's. It doesn't matter, just anywhere they sell the little flat. This is not a work wreath frame. This is just the flat frame. The way that I start is I start on the back side of my frame, and I take and I glue pretty heavy glue down, and I push this down on it, and I hold it for a few minutes to let it set, and then I just wrap this around, and I take and pull it through this ring, and I pull it like this, and I do it side by side. I turn it over to make sure there's no gaps or anything, and all you do is hold it as tight together as you can, and then just pull it through all the way. Some of my rope I've ordered from Amazon, and I just get the 100% cotton twisted rope. You just hold it tight, and just work it in as tight as you can, and just keep working all the way around. Okay, I want to show you. That's what it looks like. If after you get it in here the way you want it, if you see a little gap like that, you can always put some glue and push it together to make it hold in firmer. I have one that my husband actually done earlier that you can see it's glued down here, and it's made, and then this is where he stopped. So I wanted to show you how you go about connecting another rope once you stop. This is on the back side, and all you do is take your glue and glue it down. It is good to wear finger protectors when you're doing this, but I have no idea where mine is, so I'm just hoping I don't get burnt. So you just hold it for a second to let it set up, and then you take your new strand of rope and you just glue right over that. This is on the back side, so you want to glue right over this and kind of mash it down flat so it won't be so bulky. And then you just start wrapping all again, and you just keep going. Just wrap it around. I will encourage you to push your ends up to try to make them as even as you can. You may even have to glue that too. You want it as neat and in a smooth circle as you can get it. So you just pull your rope through, and you keep going until you get all the way around. I think my husband said that these sections of rope was in 11, maybe a little over 11 feet each, and it takes 3 of them to do a 14-inch frame. But that's how you do that. Now I want to show you how to finish up. We have one that all we've done is wrap those 3 layers and we've glued. So to finish it up, you just glue the back of your rope, push it down on the metal frames and hold it for a second. And when you cut this, if this was a longer piece, I would put tape on it to hold it, because it will ravel, because it is twisted. I have bought the 100 feet of twisted rope from Amazon. I haven't ever bought any like. I have bought smaller rope that I have used in a braided wreath from Hobby Lobby, but I actually haven't ever looked to see if they had any of this or any of the other stores. And I like to go back over the top of it like this because of the raveling and fraying on the rope, and I like to press it down so that it will be as smooth as it can be. Okay, if you want to take some of your rope that is left over and make a hanger to hang it by, you can go ahead and do that now. If you want to use this type rope, you can use ribbon, you can use whatever you want. And you can go ahead and put that on here now, or actually you can put floral wire or anything like that if you want to wait and push it into the ribbons after you get your wreath made. Y'all, this is your wreath. You can make it how you want to. I'm just showing you how I done it to give you an idea, and then you take it and go from there and add to it, take away, make it yours. And you can make this as full as you want, or I may not have made that long enough to do, but if you wanted to put this on the back here, you can do it like this and try to pull it behind your ribbon. But I'm actually gonna wait and just run a wire in mine. Okay, since I have the order for 2 of the red and white polka dot and the black check, that's what I'm gonna work with. I have one of these to cut my ribbon, and for the front row that is gonna be glued on the back of this, I cut them 6 inches, so I just wrap it around this. I put, like I said, you do it as full as you want, so I can wrap it around as much as you feel comfortable wrapping around, and then just cut it and cut it like this, and then like this, and then ever how many your scissors will cut or you feel comfortable cutting, you just fold and make your dovetails. Okay, since I already have some of these cut out, now on the black, I cut them 7 inches, and since this comes in 6 inch and 8 inch, I did take a tape measure and measure 7 inches to cut that, because I didn't want it 8 inches. To me, that stood up too tall behind the wreath. So all you do to do your ribbon is you turn your wreath over to the back. Now this is the way I do it. Everybody has a different method of doing it. I fold it in half this way to get my center point. And then girls, all you do, or guys, girls and guys, is you just pinch it. So you just pinch it and then you fold it. Now this is where I do mine different. Some people take and glue theirs like this, and then they have to push it through to the other side. I skip that step. I don't see any need of doing it one way and then coming back and doing it another way. So see, can you see how I've got it? And I like to flatten it out. And then I just raise it up and put my glue, and I do like to put quite a bit to hold it, and just mash down on it for a few minutes to let it set up. And that's all it is to it, girls, is just the same thing over again. I fold it in half to get my center, and then I pinch it together. I fold it to the sides touch each other. My hands may be in the way, y'all can't see. I fold it down like a fantail and turn it over. Push it up through that outer ring, and I like to overlap. Can you see how I'm kind of overlapping one of the last ribbon tail there, and I flatten it down, and then I just take my glue gun, go up in under it, squirt my glue, hold it down, and it's set. Now some of them may spread out farther than the others. Some may be in a more V, and some may lay down. When they're squished in there pretty tight, you're not going to be able to tell a difference of, somebody will have to just be looking at it awfully close to tell, oh, this one is laid down and this one's standing up. But just fold it like that, flatten it out, turn it over, put it through the outer ring, overlap your other one, come down about 1/2 inch, glue, and that's all it is to it. See, I told y'all how easy this was. Okay, so we've got that layer going. So on our next layer, we take, and like I said, I cut these at 7 inch. Now I do either 6 or 7 per section is how I do it. On these, you fold it in half, and then you open it back up, run it under that, get it up here like this, and stop it where you've got it folded. Take your glue, go in here and glue it, and hold it up on it a minute. Now you're going to need to squish it just a little bit, because it 5 or 6, I can't even remember how many it is I put in there. Now on some of the ones that I have done, y'all, I took and squished all of them to make them real full in the back. But then I saw where some of them is not squishing them, and I actually liked them where they weren't squished as much. So that's the way I'm doing these. And since I've got to do 2 identically, because a lady wants them to go on double doors in the front of her house, so I'm trying to do them just alike. So this is I'm gonna do one more because I'm gonna run out of space. Well, let me go ahead and do another one of these on the front, so I won't run out of where I've already got my red and white done on front. See how this easy this is, y'all? Now see, this will be 4. So I glue, hold it down a minute. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in this whole section here so y'all can see. And it doesn't matter if you fold it front or back, you're just getting that line to do in the middle. And I've seen videos where they didn't do that. That's just the way that I do it. And then I'm going to straighten that one up a little bit. And like I said, this is your wreath. There is no right or wrong way of doing this. You have your own personality. You have your own ways of doing things. When I cook, I never go by recipe. I'm always changing recipes up. So that's the way I am with making wreaths. And I haven't been making wreaths very long. The one that I posted on the webpage was the first one I had ever made like this. So I'm new at this too, and I'm learning all the time. And somebody may have a easier way of doing this than what I'm doing it that would help us all to get better at it. Just hold it down. And then we'll take our black. I cut a whole group of them at one time, and sometimes it doesn't cut the corners as good, and I have to go back and cut them apart because I try to do in bulk. Just glue on your metal. You don't have to glue on the metal ring. You can actually glue on the ribbon. And this is wired ribbon. I'm not sure if I said that or not. You want it to be wired so it will stand up and hold its shape. This is a little time consuming, but all wreaths are. I haven't made one yet that wasn't time consuming, but they are so pretty. I know these used to be popular years and years ago, and apparently they have made a comeback. And yes, I do the heart-shaped wreaths. I have done those. There's a little catch to those that you have to do going around the circle to make it come out smooth and not bunch up because of the inside being smaller than the outside. Okay, that is one section. That's what it looks like on the back. This is what it looks like on the front. This is what it looks like finished with this. And then I just take my bow. Now I will tell you, on my bow, I didn't take time to make a new bow to go on this one. This actually goes on another order that I have that was for the red hearts. And whereas the lady on this one just wanted it plain black check so she could hang it out all year round. She didn't want the red hearts. But anyway, I just used the bow that I had cut out for another one. And you can take, now if you want to, if you've tied it with your wire or your pipe cleaners, whatever you used, there is spaces that you can actually feed through here and tie it on there with that, or you can use hot glue and just glue it down if you want to use the floral wire and tie it to the back, and then you can make your loop to hang it with. And y'all, that's all it is to it. I hope that this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye-bye.